Well, Kristen, I'm going to try really hard not to cry in this message. But we have said to each other that we're going to send a little private message to each other for our 100th podcast episode. And I can feel my chest getting all tight and teary already. But I just wanted to say to you, thank you for messaging me that day. Thank you for holding my hand through all of the marketing things that I have just completely swept over during my journey. Thank you for making me laugh every single day. Thank you for... See, I'm going to cry. Hold it together, Mia. Thank you for being that friend that I needed, who thinks like me, who builds as fast as me, who just wants more than I know that was given to me. Thank you for being basically my best friend, who I've been able to talk to every single day since we met about not only business, but our lives, our kids, our partners, our dreams, our goals, our loves, our don't loves. And I just wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you. And I definitely wouldn't been able to post a bloody podcast 100 episodes deep without you. And we've been doing this for 2 years together now, and there's not been one day or 1 second that I have ever felt like pulling out or not doing this anymore. And I think having a business partner like you is exactly what I needed. And I thank you for pulling me out of my shell, for getting me excited, for pushing me when I need to be pushed, for being that person that is just there all the time. Our Slack channel is like my umbilical cord to you, and I'm just really proud of what we've both done, and it's just the beginning. And I just want to say thank you. And I know we're going to do big things, and we've always had that trust in ourselves that this is going to go where we want it to go, and we're getting there. And every day with you is just so much fun, and I can't wait to sit down on your deck at the vineyard and have a fucking wine together, because what we've built is so deserving of that. And yeah, I just want to say I consider you one of my best friends, not only my business partner, but one of my best friends. And yeah, I'm going to go and cry in the corner now, but thank you.
Again, so it records. Welcome to the 100th episode, where we've taken 15 minutes to get our shit sorted.
Week 100.
Mia's mic was like, nah, not going to work. My computer was like, no, thank you.
Just a regular day.
Just a regular day here at the Have, here on the I Am That Content Creator podcast. And today, Mia, we don't have balloons. I don't have fucking whistles. I don't even have a popper because I don't want to clean that shit up. But I'm going to put some sound effects like, pew, 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 woo, 100th episode. Wow, 100 episodes. You guys are amazing. Woo!
You sound like such a mum. I don't want to clean that shit up.
I don't. I was thinking that. I was like, oh, how cool would we do some poppers? And because I often watch people do like their Instagrams or their TikToks and stuff, and they do them great. They make mess and they make it all fun. And I'm like, but you have to clean that up. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah. Record that content.
Yeah.
All the shit up.
Nothing about that content that I think, shit, I'd love to do that. Because I'm like, I'm not cleaning that shit up. I'll just talk.
No.
It's not worth the views,
baby.
I
just realised. No. It's a real shame that we couldn't do our 100th episode in person together.
Yeah.
Like we had dreamt about.
Look,
but that's all right.
We'll get there. And I feel like sometimes sometimes I feel like we've let ourselves down by not doing it. But then I kind of go, we're trying to build this motherfucker, and we are. We're trying to support a community, and we are. And we're trying to support our families, and we are. And we're trying to be mums, and we are. Like, we can only be so much. And you know what? Just, although it'd be hilarious when we meet each other, be like, wow, you're fucking weird. I don't want to be your friend anymore. The computer is heaps more fun. Who's this real fucking life one? And you're like, it's you too, Sago.
We'll only, I'm just like, when we meet, there will be a lot of alcohol, so the mask will come down and be like, fuck it.
No, I don't think there's any mask. I don't think we can come this far in business and mask anything.
No, and you're the one person that I talk to the most, I think, in my entire subset of relationships.
Yeah. Even the one that I'm married to, I don't think I even speak that much to him. Because I don't get the response I want. I don't want to hear and fucking grumpy with life. I want to hear like, yeah, great idea. Let's do that. Yeah, let's start that. Yeah. Hi, girl.
Yeah, I know. And what did I say to you the other day? I'm like, I wish Jason was like me. Like, whenever I have a good idea, just like, what about this and what about this? I'm like, just do it. Let's just do it.
Could you imagine, though, if you lived in that kind of relationship? I don't think I would either be like butt broke poor and living in a car that doesn't work, or like, and that's kind of, I suppose, go.
I was going to say we would be in a caravan, tripping around, drinking every day. No, we wouldn't, because we would have kids and all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
And I think, I suppose, first of all, Mia and I want to say, if you are listening now and you have been on this roller coaster with us, thank you. Like, thank you for taking the time each week to listen to our chaos, our creativity, our moments of pivot, our moments of inspiration, our shit talking. Like, we really, really appreciate you. Just, that's it. It's means a lot to us. All bullshit aside.
Yeah. And we hope that we've inspired you at some point along the way to just do the thing, even if it's messy or chaotic or it doesn't make sense sometimes. And, testing things, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And we love messy, don't we?
We love messy, yes. And I think that's probably what we wanted to talk about today, is we wanted to just celebrate that we made it 100 episodes. I think most podcasts make like 30 if you're lucky. Some make 50 episodes. But if you make 100, like, I think we're good to keep going.
I don't think I've stuck with anything for quite as long before, apart from posting on TikTok.
And if we go back, Mia, to like when I was like, I think we need a podcast. Let's just talk through your emotions, thoughts and feelings around that conversation initially.
Oh, I was just like, hell no. Like, I'm not a talker. I don't think I could do that. Like, I was like, and it was the same thing when we were deciding to create this community and I was going to be hosting Zoom calls and teaching people stuff. I was just like, holy shit, I don't think I can do this. This is not me. I'm not a speaker. But it's almost like, I don't know, when you start doing it, you start to enjoy it more and you end up loving it. It's really bizarre. If I look back on my life and I've just always been this introvert, don't look at me, not doing that oral presentation to this, it's pretty radical for me. And I thank you for that.
Oh, stop. I know we might even do a little thank you piece and chuck this in the podcast because I think we've learned so much from each other that we don't even realize we have. And like for everybody that, if you are new to this podcast, fucking welcome. It is chaos. We are channeling your chaos. We are helping you feel really safe in a place that if you're a little neurospicy, if you're a little neurodivergent, we've got the whole gamut of things and we celebrate them and we want to show you how you can actually turn that creative chaos into magic your own way and channel that energy into something that you can be really proud of and you don't feel like a failure and you can really accept who you are in this space that sometimes tells you to be something else or do it this way. And if you don't do it this way, that's not right. And I suppose, like, why don't we rewind back for those that are new to the podcast to how we actually met. So Mia and I have never met in person, but we have a digital business that's generated 6 figures and is set to do that again. And we live in opposite parts of the country. I'm in Adelaide, Australia, and Mia is in Melbourne. And it all started with a little cheeky DM. And the reason that we want to take you back here, and we'll talk to you through our journey and kind of the pitfalls and the highlights, but I suppose this is to just say to you, start messy, because planning and procrastinating and overthinking, it just doesn't serve you for the opportunities that could come across your space, basically.
I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And so originally, I think, so Mia was tripping Australia in her caravan when I first caught hold of her TikTok. So Mia and I are mad for a TikTok. And I went to TikTok because I've done a lot of work on Instagram. I've built a lot of businesses on Instagram. That's where I was living my best life there. But there was a constraint for me, and I've never exploded on Instagram. I'm under 1,000 on most of my accounts, and that's fine. I've helped other businesses, and my background is brand and marketing, and I love doing that and being strategic for other people. But when you do it yourself, as we know, it is a lot harder. And so I was living on Instagram, and that was fine. And then I just got this scratch that I had to itch, which was maybe I could try it on TikTok. Like, what would happen? So over I went to TikTok, and I started there, and I started if I can get to 1,000 followers in 30 days or less, then TikTok's my platform, because there was no fucking way that was happening on Instagram. And I had a beautiful audience on Instagram, but I did find that there were a lot of family, a lot of friends, a lot of people that were cheering me the hell on, and I love that. But I needed customers. I needed to build communities, and that's my human design. We go into that in past episodes, but I thought, no, fuck it, I'm going to try. And so I thought that's my challenge. And I did. I got it in under 30 days. I built 1,000 followers, and I was like, holy shit, this platform is magnificent. So as the manifesting generator, the neurospicy motherfucker that I am, I was like, I know what to do. I'm going to create a TikTok course and teach people how to do that. So I did. And I created a TikTok course that sold quite well. And then I created a freebie that was a great lead magnet. So that was all well and good. But in my journey, I stumbled across Mia. And when I stumbled across Mia, she was tripping the van in Australia. And I was like, oh my God, that's my dream. Like, to take my kids and my husband and do Australia in a caravan. I was like, how is she doing this? Like, let me know more. And the content was really, you've just got a really friendly mannerism and very inviting. And it's like, what I love about your content is that you don't speak in this authoritative manner that's like, you must listen to me and this is how I do it. And if you don't do it, you're a dum-dum. Like, you've just got this way that's like, hey, like, I did this and it fucking worked. And I'm just me, and I'm just a paramedic, and I'm just a little nobody, if you will, but I did it. And so it was really, it's authoritative in its own way. And I suppose as we speak to you guys as well, it's about, you don't have to be loud and obnoxious and, you know, sometimes how I can feel I am, but very in your face, you must do it this way, and if you don't do it this way, you are wrong. But the content was just really, I mean, you do journey content very well, but it was that kind of content. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I'm watching her TikToks, I'm saving her TikToks. I'm like, how the fuck is she doing this? Like, I need to know this. And then I've also got my other podcast going on, the Magnetic Brand Builder podcast. I was like, I'm going to see if she wants to hop on the podcast. I think we did a few little messages back and forth. It was like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And you're like, yes. And you know,
like,
that was all well and good.
Like, oh my God, no, how could I possibly be on a podcast? Shit, no.
I know, in my head, I'm like, she's so comfortable. Of course she wants to be on a podcast. She's just got this like great following on TikTok. And so we tried that for a bit. And then there was just this moment that clicked for me watching Mia's content and building what I was building around, you know, helping people understand their brand and building a brand online and building for the long vision and understanding your deep why and all those things that I know are fundamentally important to staying the course. And I'm building that over there. And Mia's building this incredible community that are learning affiliate marketing, are learning UGC, and are understanding and following her. And like, how did you do it? And the comments and interactions there was lots of comments and lots of interactions. And I could see that there was a community following her that wanted to do what she did, but didn't know how to bridge this gap between starting online and building a brand that you can do what you were doing in affiliate marketing or UGC, but then take it further and build a business that's sustainable. And so I just sent Mia cheeky old Facebook voice DM. We've still got it. And we might even, if I can find it, I might even put it into this podcast.
Oh, lovely. So it's Kristen here from TikTok because I couldn't be bothered doing the TikTok messages anymore because they drive me insane in terms of not being able to do a voice message because I have clearly way too much to say. But total side note, because my brain thinks quite fast, as I'm sure I'm gathering yours does too, in terms of, and I'm just going to put it out there to the universe. You can take it or leave it because I just thought I'd throw the idea out there. But is there something or some way we can pull our expertise together to create something that can service our audience in a unique way? For example, like, yes, I love the whole affiliate marketing stuff. I have been doing it without really even knowing in my business, but obviously I would love to get more in it on a high ticket. And I've got a few of them, but they're not like, they don't run crazy all the time. So my side of affiliate marketing and my side of business is obviously coming in with really understanding your brand and getting rock solid on what that is. And I do have a course and a membership about that. And then you've got such an incredible way of walking people through how to do it and what you've done and where you've come from. And I'd love to see, I don't really know what I'm putting out to the universe, but it's an itch that I was just wanting to scratch and have a chat to you about. I know that you're doing so much, especially with affiliate marketing, e-commerce and stuff like that. But is there room or something that we could combine our forces in our community and create something, a course, a workshop, something that we can provide to our communities that will really educate them in terms of doing this online business / affiliate marketing properly? Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I had to send you this message and ask what your thoughts are. Like, the first thing that came to my mind was on Instagram, there's those two women that did the Reels course, and they were two separate businesses, and then they came together and created this Reels course, the Reels Queens, I think they're called. I can't remember their names. But I was like, can we think of something like that to combine our forces across TikTok and create our powers of what we've kind of learnt so far for the everyday mumpreneur, to give her like quality shit that is real, that is meaningful, that will actually create her a business. And I suppose one of the strange things is I know that I could do this on my own, as I know you could too, but we're busy and we both have audiences that are quite, I want to say busy, are quite interactive. Like, they want, like, mine isn't like 20, 30,000 followers, but the followers that I've got ask a lot of questions. My email list ask a lot of questions. The membership, the courses I've created are really strong communities. So it may be absolutely nothing and you might be like, mate, I'm so busy, thanks but no thanks. And that's fine. It's just, I wanted to put it out to the universe and just ask if it's something that maybe we should think further on what we could create and combine our forces to be like super freaking powerful in this space.
But it was basically like, hey, I don't know you don't know me. I've got this idea. What should we do? And the reaction was what, Mia?
Well, it's funny because you sent it to my other random Facebook page, like not my personal one, my business one. And I couldn't get the freaking password to get in there to read the message, but I could see it was there. And I knew what it was going to say before I even read it. It was weird. I just knew exactly what it was going to say. And I knew in my gut, because I had been following you as well. And I'm like, well, it's going to be yes. I just got this weird feeling. And so I opened it and sure enough, it was you saying, do you want to team up somehow? And yeah, that's where it all started. And I mean, I obviously don't come from a marketing or branding background. So I was just winging it. I was just creating a lot of content, having fun, had no idea. I mean, obviously I tried to start other businesses in the past with no real knowledge. So I came into it with this very naive, just winging it type of attitude. And meeting you made me realize, holy shit, I have skipped over so much fundamental stuff that you absolutely need to do in business to make it work long term. And, I think it's going on 4 years later, I was still here.
Mm.
And in the big scheme of things, when you look at a lot of creators who are trying to make this work, not many hang around for that long consistently. And that's part of this game, is just almost being obsessed with it, but loving it along the way. And when you meet someone who you just connect with, that takes it to another level, because all of a sudden you've got this business bestie and you both think the same, you both have the same goals and ideas, and it's just blossomed into this thing, and it's only just the beginning. And I'm fucking grateful that you messaged me that day, because if you didn't, I don't know where I assume I would still be here doing something. I don't know what it would be, but it's almost like the universe just saw us both
Yeah.
flying around on
And
TikTok and just connected up.
the thing that then blows my mind as well is then, you know, like, and Mia and I have built this fucking who knows relationship that there hasn't been many moments where we've gone, like, had an argument to the point of like, fuck you, like, I can't be bothered with this anymore. It's like, okay, like, we've challenged each other, but in a way that's like, okay, I see
Yeah.
your point. All right. And we move fast and we move quick and we pivot and there's no time to fuck about. Like, we got to go. And so I think
Yeah.
that's been a huge win for both of us. But when we did our human design with Yvette May and when we did the frequency project with her, and there was one point
Very
where
good.
Yvette did our human design charts, and she's come together because obviously Mia and I did it together, and she was like, I don't know what's going on, but you two, your human designs, physically and, you know, astronomically and whatever, they complement each other. Like, everything that Kristen doesn't have, Mia's got, and everything that Mia doesn't have, Kristen's got. And so, like, for some reason, the universe is like, y'all better get together. Y'all better start a business. You fucking take it to the moon. So I think that
and
for
we
me
still,
blows my mind.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we still to this day see so many universe signs and all that woo-woo stuff together. And it's just like, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. And I think, you know, in doing that, you know, once we started then building this business and what we wanted to also talk today is this coming back to yourself and coming back to where we started this journey and why we started this journey. And we've helped hundreds of women in this process. And I think, you know, as entrepreneurs, you can get lost. And we've just had recent discussions about, you know, being a little bit neurodivergent, whatever that looks like for you. Or you might just be seriously fucking creative and you need to channel that energy somewhere. And often as an entrepreneur, it means putting it into a business idea, putting it into a shiny object, like trying the next thing, because you know you're meant for something more. Like, you fucking know it in your bones you're meant for something more. And so there's been times where we've channeled that energy really hard and we've missed the mark a little bit, and that's okay. That's fine. But no matter what, since we started this journey, both separately from where we were before and now come together, and now as we refocus and regroup and keep moving, the goal aim for both of us, and Mia, correct me if I'm wrong, but for me personally, like, I'm just looking at a picture that's behind my computer that's, darling, just fucking own it. And that is something I bought before I started the Own It project, when I was made redundant. I went to an event that was around content creation because Instagram had just come out. I got made redundant. Instagram had kind of just launched. So there was this new phase. And whenever I've started, I've only ever used social media to build businesses. I've never used social media to actually be social. Maybe for Facebook when it first started. And so I went along to this event and I remember it was about $600. I'd just been made redundant. I was like, what are you doing? You can't be spending this kind of money. But my husband, bless his cotton socks, was like, no, go along. I remember the women I met. I remember what happened on that day. I remember buying that piece of artwork because we'd sit around at the dinner that night, and one of the women that I'd met at this workshop said to me, oh my God, you should buy this. Like, you're always saying, just own it, just fucking own it. And I was like, you literally met me like 3 hours ago. And she's like, I know, but you just, like, there's just something about you. Like, I've heard you say it a few times and you've just got this energy that's like, oh, fucking just do it. Like, can't be that hard. And so, you know, little things like that I've always come back to that as who I am, which is no matter what. And inside our community, when the members inside our community say, it's hard, I can't do it, I don't know what to do next, what do we, like, all we want to do is just shake you. You can fucking do this. How are we going to do it? How are we going to take the next step? Okay, you don't know how to take, let's just take one. Don't take 10, take one. And I think, and you're the same in watching your journey as well. And I want to hear your version of it. But I think that is the most powerful thing to all of this, is maybe from the outside. And even sometimes I think we feel like maybe we've pivoted or we've gone a bit this way or that way, but we still stand so fucking concrete in, if you are part of our community or you meet me in person and you say to me, oh, I can't do it, I'm going to shake you and be like, yes, you fucking can. You take one step. Don't take 5, don't take 6, take one, because one step is closer than no steps. And that is just fucking fact. And I'll take that to the grave. I'll stand on the hill and take that to the fucking grave.
And I didn't actually realize this was part of my deep why until you made me do this deep why work. But I realized that I was documenting all these journeys. So my UGC journey, my affiliate marketing journey, like I love just documenting what I'm doing because I want other women to see them in me, me in them, them. And just
Not you
that
on
is
them.
my way. No. I want them to see themselves in me. Does that make sense? Anyway, through what I'm doing, I'm saying, girls, look, I'm doing it. Look at me. This is exactly what I'm doing. This is how I'm getting there. Like you can do it too. And I think that's why I love journey content for myself because it's, part of my human design as well. I respond. I like to build communities but I'm not a very good, what could you say, get up on stage and teach everyone something, even though I know I will get there one day. But being an example for other women and just seeing me do it, I'm hoping that inspires them to do it. And that's why I love doing journey content, just being like, you know what, I've made mistakes. Cool. That's what business is all about. And actually I was listening to a podcast this morning and she was talking about how sort of irritating and frustrating it can be when you're not making money in your business. But then she's like, well, you go to university, you drop $30,000 on a university course to learn one topic per semester, and you are earning no money because you are learning. It is a process. You're learning. You are doing all the things. And that could take you 4 years. And, people expect to make money in their business in week one, otherwise they give up. So I think it's really important for mentors like us to show these women that it's not all perfect. It doesn't happen fast. You have to enjoy it. You have to lean into who you are. You have to test things, try things, take bits and pieces and make your own little package on what works for you. And I want our journey and what we're doing to be, an inspiration to other women to make them realize, maybe I can do that. They're doing it. Why can't I?
Yeah, and I think
That's what I love.
That's what's really powerful. And that comes back to that, the story content, and that's what brings people in. And, I think what I'm proud of what we've done is that we've been transparent. Like there's not been a moment where we haven't gone, oh, fuck, we better tell the hivers what we're doing. Cause we haven't tried to cover it up. We're not embarrassed by times we've fucked up. Like some would call it failure. And I think what's really beautiful about us and our community is, so I'm undiagnosed ADHD, whatever, probably never going to get diagnosed, but I do have dyslexia. I know that about myself. I know that as a kid, I struggled a lot and I used to think I was really stupid and really dumb. And then I found my calling and I realized that it really was my superpower. And it was something that I was able to think outside the box and my vision was enormous and I can visualize something and then create it. Like what a fucking superpower. And so for me, and I know from you and the decisions we've made, we've never stopped in our business and gone, oh, but what will people say? What will they think? Like we've had moments like, oh, fuck, are we doing it again? Have we done that? But we've always, no matter what, it's always around the same core thing. Like it's not like we've gone and done crochet one week and fucking plants the next. It's always been around how can we empower women to get shit done and how can we do it in a way that they don't feel trapped? You want to make some money? Cool. Do UGC. Fucking oath. We know that works. Go and do it. And what it's going to do while you're there, it's going to make you better at marketing. It's going to make you better at video marketing, communications, branding. So you should go do that. But now if you want to build a digital product that you can scale to 6 figures and beyond, fucking oath you can do that. Like it's all around that core thing. It's all around understanding your personal brand and how to leverage that I think is part of kind of our combined superpower in terms of how and why we're building a community to kind of show them that it's okay to fuck up and it's okay to what the outside world would call fail, but we've done it in a way that we're still making money, we're still building a community, we're still successful. Does it look like the linear path that a neurotypical person would take? Nah. Does it look a bit chaotic? Yeah, a little bit. But is it working? Like, yes, it is. And it's working in a way that makes us happy. And if we're not happy, that's when we've pivoted. When we've felt stuck, that's when we've had to pivot, because our human design and our brains are like, you will burn out to the point where you will actually disappoint your community because you can't lead them here. So I think that's really important if you're listening and you feel like, fuck yeah, I pivot a lot. Yeah, I do look at the shiny object. Yeah, I do want the big vision thing, but I can't do it. I haven't been able to do it yet. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Test what that gut
You actually need,
feeling is telling you.
yeah, you need to fail to be successful. And they're not failures. It's this one big science experiment. And we're really leaning into making these women realize, I mean, I can't speak for neurotypicals because I'm definitely not one, but when you are a bit neurodivergent and you're wired differently, you cannot succeed by following somebody else's rule book, because yes, it may work for them and other particular people, but if you feel this block inside you and something isn't right and you just want to lean into who you are and how you're wired, it's not going to work, because you're going to start resenting your business. You're going to start, doing things that you don't want to do. And then what's the point of building a business for freedom and creativity and fun when you feel like you're just back into a 9 to 5 because you're following someone else's rule book, and, maybe you're launching all the time and you hate launching, or maybe you're doing something, you're in one niche topic and one very niche down box and you're feeling suffocated. Why do that when it's your business? You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. And we're teaching our students to lean so fucking hard into building your personal brand and who you are that you can pivot and breathe and do a few little things to scratch the itch. And it's fine. You're not this chaotic failure because you've got 3 side hustles and a business.
Yeah.
That's just how you're wired, and that's how you work, and that's okay.
It's normal in terms of, for me personally, being the manifesting generator, I'm built to do a lot of things. And for so long in my life, that felt like a failure because I was like, oh, but I'm doing that and that and that. And even currently, I've got a few different things on as well. But if you take them away, that's like saying to me, you will fail at that. So don't try it. Like it's about how you can test different things and challenge yourself in ways that it might be that you do start doing home plants, because that's something that an outlet that you love, but then you can build the business here, or you can start growing your digital product online, or building your community, or generating that recurring income, because that's what you ultimately want, is that income. So get that on a topic that still lights you up. But if you've got this itch that's like, you know what, but I really fucking love houseplants, I'm just going to buy a whole heap. Like, I've fucking started painting pots, mate. There's a heap of pots in my shed.
Yeah.
Haven't finished them. Probably will go back to them
Yeah,
when I
and
have
you don't have
moments.
and you don't have to monetize every single
No.
interest that you have. But as long as your personal brand has a through line and you have a bit of a niche audience who, like, the people that you want to talk to, specific psychodemographics or whatever, then, and what we've done is built this umbrella business where we can breathe and do in-person events or workshops or memberships or courses, and like have a play around with all these different things and scratch our itches without having to burn the whole thing down every time we want to make a little change. For a neurodivergent entrepreneur, that's, gold, because we need that. And I just want to, I'm going to make a Instagram carousel out of this one. If you're feeling like you're, multi-passionate and you feel like that is not a good thing in business because everyone tells you to focus and niche down and the riches are in the niches and all that sort of stuff, take a look at Richard Branson, full ADHD, and he's got an empire that encompasses over 300 independent companies. And, look at him now. And he openly talks about his ADHD and whatnot. Elon Musk, he's, a freak of nature, and he's just got companies coming out of his ears. But the difference with our brains and how we're wired is that, we're based on interest. Like, we love doing things that are interesting to us, and we're risk takers, and, we've got a lot of good qualities. But someone looking on the outside who's telling you to pick one product, one launch method, one platform, yes, that can work. you might look a bit messy to those people, but you're making it work in your own way and making it fun.
Yeah.
Who wants to just do one thing?
Yeah.
I don't.
And you can make it fun in a way that still works, that still generates you an incredible income, but you don't have to
Absolutely.
stick to the exact rules. And I think that's probably, if we reflect over the last couple of years, there are moments where we've stuck to the rules. Like, for example, this year, our word of the year is focus, right? Now, I think we've done a good job, and we're not throwing that out exactly, but we had to try this, okay, let's do it by the rules. And it worked. Absolutely it did. But it crushed our creative soul enough that we were like, hang on, I think we've missed something really fucking big here, because both me and myself, again, with our human designs, and that's why inside our community, we will celebrate you to find out your human design. And we will urge you to do that, because when you do, that's when things really open up for you and you understand yourself even further. And I think that's what, both of us, we are meant to break the rules. We are meant to, I think in Mia's human design, particularly, one of the things that Yvette said is like, basically Mia is on top of a tall building and she's the one that can look out and kind of foresee everything that's kind of going on and see it before it happens. And mine is I'm built to kind of forge a path that nobody's ever fucking been on before, and you're coming or you're not. I don't really care. And so when you put those two things together, and when we tried to tame that and focus that, it worked well. But I think what then happened is we missed something that was sitting right in front of us the whole time, which was speaking to hopefully you who's listening right now, that maybe feels like a little square peg in a round hole, that you might not be diagnosed with fucking anything, but you're like, you know what? I do want to be creative, and I can't figure out why I can't niche down, why I can't do the thing, while I buy the course and then I fail, while I've bought 7 courses and only got to the 3rd module and then I give up. The reason is because you get to a point where your soul goes, I don't get it. It's not for me. And so, inside the community, inside the hive, what we really want to celebrate as we keep moving forward is creating a space where all the tools will be there when you need them, but it's a home to come to get the support and get the mentorship and get the community and get the brain dumps, the bounce it off, have live, real conversations with people that understand. It's not that easy for you just to follow steps 1 to 10. You might go 1 to 8, 1 to 9, come back to 3. Oh, let's go to 4. That's okay. Like, we're gonna make sure you get there. It just might look a little different.
And that's why we really love inside our community. It's not just a course where you go 1 to Z, A to Z. The coaching and us really speaking to our community, like we can show you what's worked for us, but we want you to take that and manipulate the fuck out of it to suit you and how you work and how your brain's wired. Because when you start to copy others and do it their way, even though it may have been very successful for them, you dull yourself. And in a world of AI and lots and lots of content, when you start blending in and copying other people and doing exactly what they're doing, you're not going to stand out. You're going to fade. It's going to be bland. You're going to box yourself in. You're going to start resenting your business. You might have, it might take you a little bit longer to be successful your own way than copying somebody else, but you're going to be a hell of a lot happier and more creative and more yourself and be more magnetic than copying what somebody else has just told you that works.
And, even just thinking about the community, just what comes to mind is we've got one of our members, Belle, is just absolutely incredible. And Belle, you're probably listening because you're always listening and we love you. But she's been with us since we started, basically. And we've watched her content and she's got incredible energy online, and we've watched how she's grown, and we've given advice in our mentoring sessions, and we've cheered her on, and we've suggested what we think and what we could do. And she's just continued to just show up and show up and show up and go through the uncomfortable shit, the hard shit, that I've failed, I'm no good, what's coming next. She's built great businesses. She's traveling Australia with her family, like watching it. And then one day it just clicks. And she created an Instagram, for example, that it just clicked. The Instagram went kind of semi-viral or viral. But from that moment on, she's been able to show up, I believe, in this personal brand. It's always been there, but sometimes it just takes time, and it just takes the continuous struggle of showing up and showing up and showing up. And that's where confidence is a muscle. You got to train that goddamn muscle. It's not going to happen overnight. And so you can buy as many courses and you can do as many things and listen to as many gurus as you want. Go for it. But understand that if you are not getting uncomfortable and showing up and doing the hard work and continuously testing your content, challenging yourself, it won't click. All that will happen is that you'll just change the way you did that because someone said something, but the actual physiological, whatever part of you won't click. And just Belle just came to mind because watching her journey from when we kind of started to just the last kind of month or so, I think is a complete shift in her owning her space in a way that I don't think she even knew she could. And so Belle, if you're listening, shout out. But I like, that's what we're saying in terms of this is not a course. This is a place to come to be challenged and accepted and shine when you're fucking ready. The tools are there. But unless you're doing the work and surrounding yourself with people that get it and people that go, yeah, keep going, it becomes really challenging.
And I think that's a big thing with our community. I don't know about you, but we have talked about this, but in our normal day-to-day lives, we're not surrounded by many people who think like us, who have the big dreams, who do what we do. They just don't get it. And that's fine. That is not for everyone. But when you find other people who think like you, it's almost like this permission slip to be like, yeah, I'm not the only one. Like I've found my people now. And so many of our community, I feel like we're just really, really good friends because we all think the same and we all want the same things and we're all a bit, wild and all this stuff. And it's just like, you need to find your people to go on this journey with. Otherwise it becomes very lonely and frustrating and you overthink and you do a lot of destructive things because you're in your head and you've got no one to talk to.
Yeah.
So whether it be joining a community like ours or finding a TikTok friend or someone who is doing what you're doing is so important to your journey. And I've actually done that since I started my UGC days. I was in a beautiful group of UGC creators. We joined a Slack channel together and all of us, I'm pretty sure, are neurodivergent now that I think about it. And, we do what we do now. We talk every day. We back and forth. We share ideas. We do crazy stuff together. And a few I've got to meet in person as well. And it just makes everything so much easier.
So if we reflect on 100 episodes, what would be a standout moment, do you reckon? What would be your standout moment?
This probably goes back, and we're going to be doing this again in a couple of weeks, is our boot camps. As tiring as they are to host and do, it's a lot of work. But getting women in a room for a couple of days and seeing the comments of them having these big aha moments or even crying or messaging us saying, oh my God, you've changed everything for me. Those days are standouts. And, we pivoted a little bit and focused on a few particular things and it became this very sort of surface level strategy type stuff. And that didn't get those feelings like what we're doing in these boot camps, working with these women's mindset and their deep why and all that sort of stuff. And we're going back to that. We're going back to that because those transformations, even though these women may not have bought anything from us, they came to the free boot camp, whatever, but those messages are what keeps us going in this business.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's right. It's those people that also I love the people that sit on the sidelines and they just watch and they listen to podcasts, and then just randomly we will just get a message in our DMs. Oh my God, I listen to every single podcast. You girls have changed my life, the way I think. You make me laugh, like things like that, that sometimes in this game as an entrepreneur, you feel like you're just yelling into this big void. But it's moments like that where somebody takes time out of their life to say to you, hey, like really appreciated that, or that made me laugh, or thank you for helping, or fuck, if we make a sale and somebody invests their money into us, Mia and I instantly on Slack, like, oh my God, we've got another Hive. This is incredible. Like, it's not just, oh, sweet, top up the bank account. That's got like, it's kind of the last thing on our list. It's beautiful. And that's why we do this. And that's why we want to show you how you can do this too. But it's going, one person in this world has just said yes to themselves and said, you're the people that I want to take me there. And that weighs on us a lot more than you may think. And that's the part that I think keeps you going in this space, because you wouldn't do it if it was just for the money. Like, you can't. It's too emotionally the fucking roller coasters, guys. Let us tell you, if you want a roller coaster ride, just become a fucking entrepreneur.
And the time that goes into it, oh boy, the time. But, if you didn't love it, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. And so, Mia, what do you want? What's your vision for our next steps, in the coming little bit?
Yeah. I mean, we're really good visualizers, aren't we? We manifest and visualize all the time, but I can just see it now. And we've been talking about this for a while, and it is a big process, but in-person events and bringing these women together in the room, because that is a whole new level of breaking you open and getting to the core, and just going back to being with people in person, especially as entrepreneurs, you work from home, you're in your lounge room by yourself a lot, and it can get kind of isolating because you can't talk to your friends about business because they just don't understand and whatnot. So I really am looking forward to us leaning into building a community that can just catch up all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big events. We will do that, but workshops, in-person workshops, I've met a few of the community members in person, and that's just so cool to me. So yeah, I think more community building this year.
Yeah. And I think that's I'd say the same, like now taking it to in-person things and retreats or whatever that looks like, workshops, small things, big things. Like, I think getting that in-person contact is what we've always wanted. It's just, it's challenging. These times are hard to get together and to make it happen, but it's something that we've always known is what we want to do. And then just to think how we can do that and make that happen is going to be fucking awesome.
What's happening online now with all this AI stuff, I think people are going to be really searching for communities, because I don't know if you've seen this. I saw this the other day. There's AI twin and was selling an AI twin course, how to make your own AI twin. Oh my God, this is getting
it. So soon there's going to need to be like online courses of like how to be a human again, how to not use AI.
Yeah, which is why building a community and, our live coaching calls I love, because you just get to know your students and they can learn from you in real time, and you're not there just reading slides and all that sort of stuff. So I think people are going to crave communities more and more. And part of what we teach and what we're going to be leaning into a lot more with our students is building their own communities, because when you build a community based on your personal brand, again, that's when you can breathe and pivot and test and do a few different things rather than just selling one static course over and over and over again.
Yeah. And so, Mia, should we do some loves, don't loves of the 100th episode? Should we do loves, don't loves of like moments in our journey thus far?
Yeah, that's
my love. There's so many. So this is just one because it still makes me smile a bit, is that we've just continued to do things like the podcast. We've just continued to do things because we know deep down it's the right thing to do. We actually really love it. Some days I don't like other you can see analytics, but like not a soul could be watching or listening to this fucking thing. And we don't seem to care. Like I love the fact that we've said to ourselves, we've got this bigger purpose. We want to speak to our people. Let's just do it. And I think there's the power in that. It just makes this, and we've done it in a way that I don't think we've ever covered up who we truly are. Like, if you don't like us, cool, take a beat, bye. But if you're still listening, then obviously we've done something right. And I think I do love that we've managed to stick to that in a way that it makes sense and we enjoy it, and we're bringing, we don't often plan the podcast other than like, oh, let's talk about that. And usually when we don't plan them, they're our best fucking podcasts, because we just have these conversations that we know are important because we're going through them, or our community's going through them, or we see them and we respond, as that's what we are. So yeah, I think that would be my love, is that we've actually hit 100 and it hasn't felt like, oh, fuck, another podcast. Fuck, do we have to do that? Like, it's like, yeah, cool. Some weeks it's like, I don't know, let's just fucking talk.
We'll do the Slack ones if we can't find the time. We just make it work, and it's fucking enjoyable. That's the thing. If you don't enjoy something, or you're procrastinating or putting something off, it's you're not in alignment, and something needs to change. So you got to find a content medium that suits you. Yeah.
And I would say my don't love is that we haven't fucking met yet, but that's our own faults, and I see that. But I think that I'm like, how did we fucking get this far? But I know how we did. Okay.
Yeah, we're planning on racking up some flights on the company credit card, so we'll get there.
That's going to be a write-up soon.
Yeah. So one of my loves is that I don't know how common this is, but we have members in our membership who have been with us since day freaking one.
I know, right?
And I don't even. What are we up to? Are we up to 2 years? We're over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And so, a good lot of our community have trusted us for over 2 years to be in our world. And to me, that's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the goals that these girls are kicking is just nuts.
Yeah.
And they inspire us all the time as well. So I think that's one of my biggest loves, is just, that's what I love about being, just getting to know people instead of just selling them something and then they're on their way. So I love that.
Yeah.
Don't love. I think it's something that not many entrepreneurs speak freely about. And I, have these conversations with you quite a bit, is the pressure of being an entrepreneur when you have to show up for your family, you have to show up for yourself, you have to show up for your community, you have to show up for your partner. Maybe the money isn't coming in like you would expect, or maybe, shit just happens all the time. It's a constant roller coaster and it can be exhausting. And although there are some low times, you're going to cry in entrepreneurship. It's just a fact, but I fucking cried in my normal job too. So the lows are there and they happen, but enjoying the ride and enjoying the journey has to be part of it. Because if you're just wanting that end goal, whatever it is, $1 million, and you don't enjoy getting there, yeah. But there's some low points all the time, but
so many. Most of them are our Slack channel. It's called the rant hotline, if you want to hear them. We won't ever publish them. They are for Mia and myself, and they are moments
people listen to our rant
out of the void. But I think because I knew there'd be so many loves, like you said, with the community, I think we both agree with this, is watching some of those creators that have been with us that long, but then also the creators that have been with us, for a few months or a month or whatever, but seeing them actually take the leap of faith on themselves and seeing their content change and seeing them be challenged and then seeing them reap the reward of doing that, like through UGC, through creating digital products, through stepping into that uncomfortable zone, which we know if you're uncomfortable, that's good. Then you're going to start to grow. But seeing that we've been able to be a part of that and show them a way, I think that, I must admit, still sometimes blows my mind that they've taken that action, and then you see their content and you hear their stories and you see their journey, like, fuck, that's cool. Like, that's life-changing stuff. And we've been a
and now
part of that.
when we're listening to our students' podcast and cheering them on, watching them have wins on their Instagram, and it's just so exciting to see that, you know, we've kind of been with them along that journey. It's so cool.
What I want to say first and foremost is thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for showing me a way that I hadn't thought about before, showing me a different way of doing things. Being somebody that can move as quickly as I move is so fucking rare. And I think we've said that to each other, that there's not a relationship I have where the person that's in that relationship with me moves as quickly as I do and can make decisions as quickly as I do. Are they always right? No. Have we fucked up often? Yes. But what has been so incredible in the last couple of years is building a relationship that's built on so much trust. And I can't explain how we have never met each other in real life, and yet we've built this business where we have served hundreds and hundreds of women because we give a shit. The amount of angry, sad, happy, ecstatic, mind-blowing tears of joy, tears of sadness that are in that Slack channel, I'm even getting emotional thinking about it. I think it's very rare. It's very rare that you find somebody in this world. It's very rare that you find somebody in this world that is prepared to just go all in and trust something that there's no answer. Like, everything we have done has been out of pure determination, has been out of sheer fucking hard work, has been trusting our instincts, trusting our gut, going fucking balls deep in it. And I thank you for that. I thank you for probably being... Jason, I knew this was going to happen. Sorry, but also not. I thank you for probably being the rocket fuel I needed to take the action, and the rock in terms of, even though we bounce off each other and even though we take fast, messy action, I still believe that we've got each other's back in terms of, if an idea or a concept doesn't feel right, we will pull each other up. And I think, I thank you for being that rock that when there's a new idea or there's a new something, we explore it and we look into it. We don't always execute it. Sometimes we do and sometimes we fuck it up. And I think I want to thank you for showing me, I'm very stubborn. And I just like to get on and get done. And I think what you've been able to do for me is complement the things that I don't have in terms of slowing down. I know we both move very fast, but you have the numbers, your human design, the generated human design, you do the kind of the fine print stuff and you dot the I's and cross the T's, and my manifesting generator, she just flies. And I'm thankful that you're somebody that has allowed me to do that, but also kind of gone, hang on a minute, let's check this off. Let's make sure this is right. Let's look at the numbers. Let's slow down a bit. Even though not for 1 second has it felt like a handbrake. And that's what I can't explain. The magic that I can't explain here is I've never ever felt like you're sitting at the other end going, fucking hell, Kristen, just shut the fuck up, or you're pissing me off, or like, I just don't, and you might have, but I know I certainly haven't ever gone, oh, shut the fuck up, Mia, like, I've just had enough of you, like, and that to me is the rarest, most fucking unbelievable thing to have found. So I really look forward to what's coming next. I thank you for fucking hell, take your glasses off, they're all steamy and shit. Really looking forward to the next chapter, what is to come. I thank you for sharing your ADHD journey, because if nothing else, it's actually highlighted maybe my own patterns and my own thoughts and feelings, and it shaped who I'm becoming. And your honesty and your ability to just keep on going and always look at the bright side and the upside have been such an empowering thing to work alongside. And I can see that as a mum, you're so passionate about doing this for your family. And, you know, that's what's powerful to watch in this space, is when we know that even though some days are so fucking shit, and some days are hard, and some days the money doesn't always come in, and some days it's really great, and the highs are really high, and the lows are really low, and the roller coaster is real. But it's been really, really joyful to do it alongside someone like yourself, who is in exactly the same place as I am in terms of a mum with 2 kids around the same age, got a partner who, strangely enough, is also adjacent, so whatever. But to do that with somebody that genuinely accepts who you are, understands what the bigger picture is, and isn't afraid to say, fuck it, let's go. And so this is my long-winded way of saying fucking thank you. The community we serve now and the community we will serve in the future are so lucky to have somebody like you to guide them. And, you know, what's been amazing is actually watching you blossom from, I'm not a coach and I don't want to do a podcast and I don't want to do lives and that's not my thing, to stepping completely into who you're meant to be. And I know one day you'll be on a stage, and hopefully we'll be on a fucking stage together, where we'll be backstage and you'll be all like, oh my God, I don't want to, oh my God, this is like, I can't believe this is happening. And it's just going to be that moment that I think will just again reinforce that this is what you're meant to be. We both said to ourselves, strangely enough, at the very, very fucking start, like, we imagined that there was like, we knew that we were born for bigger things like stages or acting or something like that. And I believe that that is where this is going in terms of a movement. And if there's anybody in this world that I would want to create a movement this significant to positively affect women's lives, mothers' lives in a way that will change them forever, fucking stoked. I'm fucking stoked I get it to do it with you. And when you first dropped the C-bomb, and I think you called me a cunt or you said something, and all I remember is thinking, thank fuck I have found my person. And we have a sick sense of humour, multi-passionate, we are big thinkers, big dreamers, we complement each other. I'm so thankful is the only word I have right now. Thankful. Just fucking let's go. Let's go. And do. Okay, that's a wrap. It's been amazing. 100 episodes. If you've stuck on the whole way, you're a fucking legend and we love you to bits. If you're new, welcome. Stay for the next 100. Okay, babe.
Thanks for putting up for the shit podcast. Absolutely.
There's so many good ones too.